Welcome back to the Last Call podcast. I'm your host, Arthur G. If you're anything like me, you appreciate a good scare just as much as you enjoy a good cocktail. My guest today provides plenty of both. He is a prolific Florida-based horror author with over 17 novels to his name, including his recent releases, Words of Christ in Red, and This Book is Cursed. Sounds like a very fun read. He is also the host of the Blood on the Typewriter podcast, where he dives deep into the minds of dark fiction writers every single week. Grab a drink, lock your doors, and please welcome to the show, Robbie Dorman. Welcome in, Robbie. How are you today? Good. Awesome. For those at home wondering what he's referring to, today we had the Eldritch Abyss. It's a cocktail we found online that felt right for this cosmic horror themed kind of show that we're doing today. As you can tell from the colors in the background, it's a vibe. We're going to put the drink recipe in the show notes, but it does have a really unique color for mine. And Robbie has a slightly different color because we had some... Mm-hmm. There's glitter in yours? Mm-hmm. Mine. What do you think of the drink? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You bit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I appreciate that you made it yourself, the ginger syrup, and you gave it a shot. Because there's so many people who would look at even as something as, well, even as something quote unquote basic as making a simple syrup, a lot of people get intimidated by it. You know how many times I see Publix, not a sponsor, probably won't be. They'll sell their simple syrups there. It's like, that's just sugar and water in a little bottle. Like it's cheaper to go buy the bag of sugar, and you can make simple syrup for like the next year with one bag if you do it right. So appreciate you taking the effort, man. But again, welcome to the show. Tell us. So you have a lot going on. You have a very busy life, and honestly, I have no idea how you're not asleep at all times. Before we get really into it, I do want to give a shout out to Chris Bishop. He is the guy who put us together. He has been on the show before. He's a photographer, creator. So shout out Chris, hell of a guy, fantastic human being. I did not want to forget to thank him for putting us together. So Robbie, tell us about yourself. 17 novels is not a game. Tell us. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Mm. It, yeah, you are. You did. Yeah, Chris actually told us about the how he met you because the night after your seminar is when he came and did his episode. So he was doing that class and he said, "Oh, I met one of my favorite authors." He just walked us through it all, and he just really he fanboyed. I'm gonna say it right now. He fanboyed over your work. So it was definitely something that he was excited about. So I wanted to make sure that we got to know each other. Ironically enough, you and I kind of ran into each other at the Courtesy, one of my favorite bars, and I'm like, and we sat next to each other for 35 minutes before I was like, and we talked, we had a full conversation. I was like, I know you, you know me, kind of. We're friends on Facebook. You're like, oh. Oh no, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I wasn't offended. I do the same thing. Hmm. Yeah. 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 Congrats, man. That's a good feeling. It always feels good to make sure be part of someone else's success or be in that not part like but just in that story, right? But so I gotta ask. So when you get into something like writing, cosmic horror, or just horror in general, so many genres of horror. What got you into that path? Was it something that when you were young? Because you said you have been now writing full steam for what 7 years? Just full steam ahead, published and everything like that. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What made you take it serious? Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Don't kill dogs. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, in fairness, also like if I go to my favorite horror author and he suddenly like threw a spaghetti west, not spaghetti western, but I want to like something drastically different than the what I'm used to. Is like, what is this? What are we doing? It's like when you have your music artist who has been doing rap forever, and then suddenly they let out a rock album. It's like, yeah, and there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And there's this double-edged sword, right? You write what you love and you write what you enjoy, and it'll come through, and people will see it in what you're doing, and people will love it typically because they see the passion in it. But yeah, if you've created kind of an audience and a consumer base and switch from it, they might be a little hesitant. But you don't know until you try it, right? So for all you knew, you made that Western and it knocked it out the park, and you're like, oh yeah, no, I'm saying for like the sales, yeah, yeah. But but so I want to go back to what was the aha moment when you decided to take it serious? Like, was there something happened in? I mean, obviously, without getting too personal, unless you want to, we could go on the couch and talk about it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Real hey, let's be fair to creators. It's respectable too. Half these people running around need entertainment to like they need something. I am here. I'm here to root for the creatives that are listening at home. Okay. Yeah, I feel as we're interviewing online. Yeah. So that was okay. That's fair. Like you knew you had a skill set, you wanted to hammer it down, and we've talked in we've spoken in previous episodes about how the pandemic shifted the frame of mind for everyone. People were exploring or just exploring new creative outlets or interests or things that they would never have done because the world changed and it forced them to adapt. But you decided, hey, I've wanted to do this. I'm going to take this opportunity, just buckle down and write freaking 17 books. Sorry, 17 books. Okay, well, light flex, Robbie. I get it. Yeah, I'm joking. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. That's no, no. It makes perfect sense. If these, especially when I don't, I guess as a creative, I understand it possibly more than just a consumer because to them it's, I'll use Game of Thrones. Everyone's like, why is he not writing the next book? The man probably has 88 other projects, other things, other commitments. That those books that you saw were probably written 20 years before they made it to a big screen. So now suddenly there's steps to it, and there's a growth, and then there are projects at least for me, I can get burnt out on a project, and I would have to revisit it because it's not getting the best version of it. There are other things that come up. There are editors. I am a terrible speller. Thank God for MS Word, or all my words would seem like I just don't know how to write. I don't know English. So there's a lot of things that have to go into it. People just think you go into a dark room for 2 weeks, come out, fucking published novel. It's not how it works. Unless it's like that, or you're Stephen King, who's somehow just writing horror stories about lamps. But there's as we saw on the show, with Pennywise, they made a lamp out of people. Oh, God damn it. But yeah, so you have gone through a lot of writing and changes in that process. It's part of your creative process. We talked about it, those seminars and teaching. What made you want to then put that onto your plate? Because you said, hey, I was so busy, but I decided to also make myself busier. What was the purpose in that? Or what was the inspiration? Hated sleep. Creatives, man. Creatives. Once your head's awake. Oh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like that. Please do. That's fair. That's fair. Is to make sure that you also I think even with, well, I have had friends reach out. I'm not an expert by any means, but those reps matter, right? All the mistakes I've made to get to, like, now I have systems to ensure I make less mistakes, to kind of make my workflow much more efficient, and even paying for that what some people's like, oh, that's easy. Not really, because as many things as you could look up online and try to learn, the experience trumps that. Making those errors, finding more efficient ways, finding out how, for you behind the scenes of how publishers and that business side of it works, is something that as a writer, that skill set doesn't necessarily something you were refining. You're trying to be a better writer the whole time. You're thinking about creating art, not about the business side of it. That's why writers have agents. That's why they have publicists. That's why the people around them, when they become super successful, otherwise you're doing all the jobs. So why not get get those skill sets and get that experience from someone who's experienced it all and done it all, and has found success throughout and navigating it. Yeah, but even for this, I will pick the brains of people that I know in the industries that find success or have done things well, or I just keep trying things out and making the mistakes. And I had a friend of the show, someone we interviewed. He was trying to find a way of shooting short videos on scene. He said, hey, what would you recommend for a travel mic? What would you recommend? So tell me exactly what you need. I'll tell you everything that I know about those items. And we were able to navigate the conversation. And I wouldn't have known that 2 years ago, a year ago. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Even as simple as booking guests for a podcast. And there are some people who's like, hey, what are we doing? Is this a business class? But before we move on, even as something as simple as booking guests, you might think who do you contact? There are 88 emails on their sites. There are all these people. Then you quickly find out that very often they have brand managers who manage a big umbrella of people and clients. Finding that person is one of those, like, secrets you find out after, like, years of doing this and try to get brands, people on the show. They're not answering their emails. Someone that they paid to is answering their emails, and that's who you need to talk to. But a little bit about not only your craft as a creative, but why part of the things that we also have in common, you and I, is the love of cocktails. I know that, heck, we talked about it early on. You made your own ginger syrup. That was not something you got a recipe from me about. So I'd love to hear about currently what you've been doing, and anything, like, have you been making any kind of horror themed cocktails or anything that you have fun with? I know we spoke about what kind of a teaser for everyone at home. I did ask Robbie what horror themed cocktails he would like to see out there or, like, inspired. But what have you been working on? What have you messed with? Oh, I love Devin Afternoon. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh. Eh, you basically have to die. Yes. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. 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 Yeah, I would like to send that to us. Oh, okay. I love that shit. Yeah. All right. Did, mm-hmm. What book? We'll look at it later. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That is a big problem. Oh, Rosanna's Rosanna, my fiance, is shaking her fist right now because she is agreeing with you. Because my fridge is full of like 4 simple syrups that I've used maybe twice. She's mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Make 6 recipes under 1 simple syrup. Make 6 recipes. Yeah, make it work. I'm gonna list some of the books that I saw out there. Cocktails from the Crypt, horror film libations. Is that the one you? Yeah. It's a number one result when I looked at horror themed cocktail books. Oh, this is not shade at any cocktail book. I'm gonna tell everyone right now because I know one. I'm not a bartender. I want everyone at home to listen. I'm not a professional bartender. I know that I play one on TV, like a fucking soap opera doctor. I, I just happen to be a nerd and learn enough and all that, but I'm not a professionally trained bartender. I dabble. And one of the things that people at home and my friends have like hit me up is like, hey man, I love this drink. I would never make it because it takes a lot of ingredients. Can you just start making simple shit? It's like, you know what? That's fucking fair. That's 100% fair. If it wasn't for the fact that this is part of my show, it would be impractical to keep all these ingredients and spirits around the house at all times. So I completely agree that there should be, if you're going to write a good cocktail book, look, everyone who's listening at home, if you're going to write a good cocktail book, give me two variations. The simple and spirited. You can make it seem, yeah. 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 One of my good friends, David Jordan, he actually wrote Bohemian Mixologist. It's a cocktail book. His whole purpose in that book was to write not a complicated, but a book of cocktails that don't use your normal base spirits. And I told him, I was like, Jordan, David, I know that this was the point, but you know how hard it is to get some of these ingredients. But he's like, go to the back. But like throughout, he'll mention like what he would replace or what he would recommend if you couldn't find this exact brand, what would get you the similar flavor profile. And all I was like, oh, my bad. I just don't have aquavit and all this stuff at my house or pushing. I was like, thanks, man. It was like, I didn't realize it. He's like, yeah, it's in there because I do take that into consideration, and he gives you step-by-step instructions. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I can, I can get you really good substitutes. I can tell you what would be great substitutes because I've had to do the same thing. Did you try the Luxardo one? Yeah. Yeah. It's available. Not a sponsor. It's available at your local Total Wine and more. Uh, Luxardo, it's like an herbal liqueur. I will find the name for you. Yeah, that is exactly what my point is. The Green Chartreuse or Green Herbal Liqueur. So Luxardo del Santos Herbal Liqueur. It's premium 80 proof, 40 ABV. Italian green herbal liqueur, often used as a sophisticated alternative to green chartreuse. Once again, not a sponsor, but Luxardo, if you want to throw me a bottle, I will 100% take them. But definitely, I get it. There's some just specs and cocktails that don't make any sense. There are no way. What are the books? We're not here to discuss cocktail books. So I'm here to talk about you and your books. So we're going to move on. But for those at home, get yourself an introductory cocktail book if you really want to like fuck around and find out. We're 36 minutes in. I can curse. If you want to mess around, get something that's going to be intro to your home bartending. Or tune into our channel and we will help you build your home bar. Self plug. This podcast podcast grinding. You and I know this life. So tell us about your podcast. What made you want to not only sleep 4 hours a night, but also then every week introduce and interview horror writers and blood on the typewriter. Like, tell us about the show. What's the premise? What was the goal? And what got started? Mm. Now available in stores. Mhm. You said that there was like some religious like trauma that led into it. Is that gonna? You're not the first person who told me that Southern Baptist has led to like a dark time in their life. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Was it because of the themes? Okay. Okay. Ah. That part. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. All right. Hey, don't be revealing my secrets. No, no. Yeah. 90% of the challenge is understanding what's going to make the guest speak. The show's not about me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. My IG is for stuff about me. But this interview is not about me. It's about you. I'm hit and miss about talking about myself. Yeah. Where's that at normally? Okay. 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 Mm-hmm. Yeah. To be honest, a lot of authors in general are pretty because they want to talk about their craft. Mm-hmm. Mm. That's pretty awesome. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, yeah, and the lazy creative stereotype always bothered me because I feel like it, being creative is exhausting. Eh, the 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 quote, yeah, because they're thinking about what Hollywood is depicted as the lazy creative, like some guy who's couch surfing and like greasy hair and looks like he hasn't showered in weeks. Who's just like, I don't know, I'm looking for inspiration. That's not every creative, bro. Half those, yeah, like when you talk about like hell actors, they work triple shifts as waiters so they can pay their bills while they do auditions. That's not lazy. None of it is lazy. Yeah, like these motherfuckers, their minds, you're up at 3 a.m. because the moment you are awake, your mind is like, hey, glad you're here. Listen, I've been in one, there's a couple. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, don't I know it? Yeah. Is that more satisfying than, oh, they they're also very self-aware of how they want to navigate the conversation. As equally as that you are there to get content out of them, they have a goal in mind. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Everything's intentional. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like a shark, just always moving. You you said something interesting, and it's kind of a little bit off topic, but when you are reading some of the works of these writers, are there, and you said you understand the reason why they put these items here, or this plot point here, or this piece of the story here, do you find yourself as a writer having difficult time rem- removing the writer aspect of it, enjoying the story, or does that enhance the story for you, as like when you see a plot device or you see a character that you, hey, this person's going to get killed off because it makes sense for the development of the protagonist or something, does that become almost formulaic in your mind and remove you from, like, I think very often I hear friends that lose themselves in a story and allow themselves to get into that world. Do you find it difficult as also a writer to remove yourself and enjoy the ride, or are you, where do you land? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Did, does it does it ever frustrate you? Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Feels forced. Shout out to Jar Jar Binks. Sorry. For writers. Oh, I've actually heard of that series. Okay. Yeah, I was just curious how that went because not a prolific writer, but there's a part of me that understands storylines and plot points and why things go the way they do. Yeah, yeah, but same. Yeah, but yeah, no, exactly. But there's a part of me I have friends and family that sit around me, and I will try to shut the fuck up. It's a little bit of the ADHD where, oh, I recognize patterns. I know exactly what that person that just got introduced, that's probably who's going to be the betray everyone. And I've had to be told to no longer speak like from my fiance and people around me. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. I shut up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I shut up and just sit there like, okay. And I had a roommate, my roommate at some point was like, hey, like, very often you're on your phone instead of watching the movie. He's like, oh, because I predicted the rest of the movie 14 minutes in. But okay. Like, no. Like, I'll text my fiance. Don't answer that text until the end of it. And it doesn't take it away from it because I do think that there's a lot of artistry in it. And, there's only so many things that you could do that are new and exciting. There's tropes. There's a reason why there's a formula that works. And Hollywood would typically only put out what works. And they know that's worked in the past. And I understand that there's a lot of things there. But it's just interesting to get your perspective of like, you could still very much enjoy it. I still very much enjoy it. But there is a part of me that wishes I could shut it off sometimes. There's a part of me that wishes I could just shut the brain off and enjoy the ride. And that's why I watch shit like Fast and the Furious. I don't care what the plot is. Like, yeah. Yeah. Oh, all the time. Mm-hmm. 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 That's what I reach for. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And not. Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. Yeah. One of the favorite movies has been brought up more than once, and I will not watch it again because I don't want to ruin that nostalgic feeling. I'd rather just a fond memory is the movie The Last Dragon. It's probably trash, but in my mind is one of the best movies ever made. And no one's going to change my mind because I won't rewatch it. I won't rewatch it. Robbie, you can't make me. oh, oh, I'm not saying it is. I'm saying it could be. I will never know because I will not rewatch it. I will not. I'm, I'm teasing, but I'm messing with it. But it was one of those movies, the same thing to your point about nostalgia, where trying to reach for something, not reach, but that was a good memory. That was a good time. That was a great feeling. A movie like that was new, was exciting. It was, it was different. Your hero being the underdog nice guy versus like the big tough mean dude. It's like a couple of, yeah, yeah, yes. I didn't have to worry about my HOA telling me my grass is too long or not long enough. I don't know, ma'am. Who is pulling a ruler next to my grass? Get up. I hate HOAs. The common theme in all my episodes is that HOAs suck. So I hope they listen very closely. But Blood on a Typewriter influencing, like in speaking to these authors, have you ever felt that it's also kind of reinvigorated you and made you want to do things differently? Or is it helped influence your writing in some other way? Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love that. Mm-hmm. be your genuine, authentic self, not just a cookie cutter. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that. I really think that that's a great message. Do the thing that makes you uncomfortable, but you enjoy. You're not sure it'll sell. You're not sure that everyone will love it. Yeah. Hmm. All right. I love that, man. I love that I think this also something that's very reinvigorating about anyone who's passionate about anything, creative or not. I could, if someone wants to, there's the Microsoft Excel, not a sponsor, Microsoft. I can't really stand you too much. Not yet. I mean, make it right. But they do the Microsoft Excel World Championship. It's like the Olympics for them. I I would love to watch it because they're passionate. I would love to talk to someone and tell me about these goddamn spreadsheets. Not because of the actual spreadsheets, but the passion can really reel people in. So, yeah, I love the fact that it's also re-energizing for you to be able to take those risks, to do the thing, the weird thing. Today's Pee Wee Herman Playhouse, like phrase of the day, do the weird thing. Do the weird thing and enjoy it, because I think there's a lot of to be said when I can tell someone's faking that passion. It was just something that'll sell. Just put it out, like the last Scream, stuff like that. Where it's just, hey, I'm trying to cash a check. Yeah. Like, but things like that. Yeah, it's not what it should have been. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I love to see someone's passion. I love to see the randomness. Like even movies like the movie Mandy stood out to me as a wild passion project. That person who made that movie wasn't. That is. I was it by mistake. No, but that's great, because I think cosmic horror, especially when you think about those bright, crazy scenes or these dark scenes that are still in that. If you haven't watched it, cinematography is brilliant for such a wild retro. Yeah. Oh, that's what makes it more beautiful, because Nicolas Cage, that crazy level of him is just so far off that it's part artistic. Like even dark scenes look beautiful. But those are the weird things that stand out to me. Earlier we talked about nostalgia, not to just divert and move on. This book is cursed. I want to discuss the twisting of childhood staples, like choose your own adventure books and all this, into this horror, and why nostalgia plays such a powerful tool for scares, right? Like I have my thoughts on it, where when you're an adult, you might not, I can't speak for everyone, you're no longer afraid of the dark because you know what's there. when you're an adult, there is a conscious level of like, I know the logical reason why that's happening. But when you're a kid, and that nostalgic fear will forever linger with you because that was the unknown. Like, why? Tell us about This Book is Cursed and why you leaned into those influences. Mm-hmm. 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 Like Inception type thing. Secret Window. Yeah, he's writing a book. Yeah. They're still human beings. Yeah. Yeah. When people release video games remastered or something like that. Yeah. It's like with enhanced graphics. I was like, is it the same story? Yeah, but it looks prettier. So many people did. I bought Castlevania Symphony of the Night in 3 different platforms. I don't know what to tell you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Remember D&D for you nerds sitting at home? Remember remember all the 80s movies where like the nerd gets the girl? Yeah, all that. Yeah. It's a good life lesson too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's fair. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that can make sense. And now think about. Oh yeah, they did with that last movie, Bandersnatch. Please don't call us. Yeah. But yeah, and that's part of the process people don't realize too. There's sometimes that pieces of work need to be refined. Yeah, people don't always understand. Oh, that's why you have editors. That's why you have publicists. You have all publishers. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, that's a process. As a creative, all creatives, I think, don't get appreciated for the processes they have to follow. Painters, authors, like just music creators, everything. There's 2,000 hours of work and effort. Mm-hmm. If every time I hear like shouts to Aurora Fable, she's a book girly. She's one of our one of our sponsors. She is an avid reader, and she'll read those dark, crazy romances where minotaurs are having babies with leprechauns and whatever the heck is going on in those books. Uh, yeah, exactly those people. But she'll like fly through a book in like a week. Her and Yvonne, also big friend of the show, and they're like, I can't wait for the next book. It's like, you just flew in a week through what probably took them a year and a half, even if it involved minotaurs and sex, to make and produce. And you're like, when's the next book? Do you know how tired that man is? Man, I know where lady is. Like, what is going on? Like, relax. Enjoy what you have. Oh, of course. The pressure and the stress. Mm-hmm. I'm guilty of that. I'm 100% guilty of that. Yeah. Oh, mm, yeah. 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 I tell that to people whenever there's a TV show or a video game or something, just some piece of consumer art that, like, oh, it's not my vibe, but it's getting overwhelmingly positive reviews here. Or I would thoroughly enjoy something because it was in the right state of mind at the time that I needed or something. And it's like, oh, this is bombed and it has one of the lowest Rotten Tomato scores. Screw you and all your tomatoes. I enjoyed every moment of that. I'm going to enjoy what I enjoy. Oh, all the time. Fast and Furious is on number 11. So a lot of people want trash. Uh, but I still love every single movie. You can't tell me not to watch them. It's my yeah. Yeah. Every time Ludacris ends up coming up with some crazy thing about fighting a dinosaur in a Honda Civic or something, I'm cool. I'm there for it. I don't care. I don't care how many times Vin Diesel punches a helicopter and it works. At this point I don't fucking know, man. I want the Jurassic Park Fast and Furious crossover. But but I do want to also touch real quick. I know that we're running a little longer. If you bear with me. When we talk about video games as inspiration, as fellow gamers, I know that there's games that might also not get enough credit for their storytelling ability. Old school Resident Evil, I mean, there's a reason why that franchise keeps coming right back. I know that, you see, like the game Requiem is a smash hit right now, like the most recent one that released. Capcom, if you got whoever wants to play Leon Kennedy, come on the show, let me know. We'll talk to him about why the fuck. Oh, his Porsche Cayenne 911, whatever. This agent gets way too much money. Take away some of his salary and send more people with Leon, because I swear to God, this would get done faster if you spent less money on cars and more on agents. That's the other thing. I drove here in a Porsche. Leon, you've done this before. Why didn't you bring more weapons? Yes. None of these people are new to this. Why did you not think, you know what? Last time I ran out of bullets. Like, you were there, man. Yeah. It's like, oh, somehow the typewriter, that's how I memorized everything. Green herbs. Like, fucking pack better at this point. You keep, whatever. Yeah, this is straight up Chris Redfield punching boulders. Resident Evil 5. But video games as inspiration. Has there ever been a game or something that's helped shape or give you an inspiration into a book or a piece of creativity? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Fallout. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Robbie, have you been listening to my show? Yeah. There was an episode where I spoke about like, well, that was Full Frontal Nerdy Day. We joked about some authors will spend 17 pages describing the door. Mm-hmm. Silent Hill. Mm. Ooh. Mm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. Which it does have a lot of problems. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Like 3,000 hours in a game that I hate all the time. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. You kind of froze on me a little bit. Yeah, you're good now. Good. Perfectly fine. Yeah. Back. Okay. Dis- Disco Elysium? Oh, it has an 89% rating. Really? Mm-hmm. 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 Hmm. Yeah, it's just enjoyable. Yeah, there are some games. Yeah, I agree with you. There, it's a little bit of how we spoke about games might be just an escape. People don't need something super complicated. They want to be a part of it, and the easiest way for some people to feel enthralled in it is to have good mechanics, to have a feeling, to be able to get in and out of a game. The world nowadays is very hustle and bustle. So do I really have time to get into a super in-depth game like BioShock or Skyrim or something that might take a lot more time in my day? Not as much as we used to, right? That is an underrated good game because you could shut off your head. This pressure wash. You know how many times I pressure wash random stuff around my house just because I'm like, I just need to, I gotta go turn off my head. Yeah. Uh huh. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not mad. Yep. There's a long haul trucker game where you literally just long haul truck simulators. Yeah. I Yep. I've actually played a lot of those. Goat Simulator. I don't know what the hell that's about. Um, but I do want to. I feel like if I don't say this out loud, my friend John is going to give me a hard time because he is a very big advocate of one player games, and where that's where they're heavily story driven, where you can really let yourself dive into those. And like one of my a game I enjoyed, but one because of the mechanics that I threw into it, but two the story was it was deeper, and you're trying to figure it out. Like, is this? It's a game called Senua Hellblade. Um, yeah, yeah, a fantastic game where halfway through it, you realize she's schizophrenic, or is she magical or not, or is she really imagining these things? So there's a lot of things. I keep saying things too often. There are a lot of aspects of the game that make it deeper than you expected it to be. Or is that a game mechanic? Yeah, yeah, very. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and that's one of the things I wonder if, in as a writer or even me as a casual just creative, I think that game gave me, hey, this would be good on film. This would be good. Like, that could inspire like having a character that they're struggling with what's real and not could be trippy if done well, but if not done well, it could be super confusing for the general public, right? Like your Fight Club. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the creation. Yeah, and mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. One of my favorite games that is fun, but then also turn into multiple pieces of literature is Bioshock, Rapture. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But no, it's probably done. Just leave it there. Don't ruin it. Yeah, don't revisit it. But it did, when I did read those books, it was because it was a one player, single player game, and John will kill me if I don't. Well, he'll give me a hard time. He'll call me and be like, "Come on, man! I know you play single player games. Don't run around like it's only Hunt Showdown." But that game, I thought the writing was great. The twist was great. It felt like you're participating in a movie, but definitely very different skill set. But it's always curious to me how there is a aspect of building atmosphere in video games that doesn't always translate to paper, or the vice versa. There are times that a video game builds great atmosphere, like Silent Hill, foggy, dark, scare, like lights flashing, all this. But no, that's for another day. We could do the last call about video games and writing at another time. Hours. I got lots of words too. This is a very bad combination of two people. Two people could talk forever. This is our life. Like, this is our project, man. As we close out, there are two things I like to ask people, but I wanted to make one specifically for you. If you had to survive inside of one of your own novels with only one specific cocktail to keep you sane, what novel would it be, and what would be the cocktail? Do not take into consideration survivability. Just because they're horror, so most of those you're not making it out of. Ooh, okay. What's the drop the name? What's the name of the Western one? Okay. That fits. Mm-hmm. It's your world. You made the rules. First of all, if you're gonna write about me, you should probably ask for permission, Robbie. Like, oh, the old ones. Yeah. For everyone at home, drink responsibly. Other than if Cthulhu is involved, then just drinking. Yeah, if Cthulhu and the ancient ones. Yeah, I'm just having as many as I can. But don't drive. Don't drive. No, I'll wait for it. Robbie, you're supposed to wait until it comes out. Listen, second to last question is, what would be your deathbed cocktail? Just for those at home. As a cocktail enthusiast, that frequents the courtesy, because I think I ran into you twice or three times there. Yeah. No restrictions. It can be whatever you want. Mm, mm. That was the dream. Mm. I am mad at that. I actually like that a lot. That's a good choice. I've never had someone actually give a smash. You'd be surprised at the type of cocktails people have mentioned, especially how random they are. But Robbie, thanks for hanging out with me. Where can people find your book? I know that we've already spoken about Words of Christ in Red. Where can people find that, your previous work, and where can people find you if they want to reach out, pick your brain, and mess with you a little bit? And for those at home, it's D-O, not D-O-O, Dorman. Mm. Unfortunately. Yeah, that's fair. Do you have any upcoming classes or seminars that you want to promote as well? Mm. Hey, you were up at 3. Why isn't this website up? I'm joking. Okay. 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 So, upcoming Audible or audiobook coming out. Awesome, man. And how Blood on the Typewriter weekly. Apple Podcast, Spotify. Mm. Awesome. Well, guys, make sure that you check the show notes. Robbie, once again, thank you for coming on. Chris Bishop, thanks for putting us together. In the show notes, you'll be able to get links to everywhere you can find Robbie's literature. Follow him, like, subscribe, share, show up to a class, learn how to write, learn how to publish, learn verbs. Do all the things. Do the weird thing. At the end of the day, remember, do the weird thing, drink responsibly, take care of yourselves. If you like what we are doing, make sure that you follow at Arthur at Last Call. It's one of those things I'll put in the show notes. I've been drinking, okay? Don't be out here judging me. But subscribe, share with your friends, give a 5-star review. It's, for us, it means a lot. It helps the algorithms because, the internet just pushes it down. And of course, don't text your ex, don't drink and drive, and avoid Amazon one-click buy. Take care, guys, and see you next week. Bye, y'all.